All right, welcome back to Grand Rapids, Yanmar Arena. Sabres in action, third game of the tournament. Sabres lost in an overtime game Friday night, lost this morning, playing Fargo, who's 0-2. I know I've spoken of this fun, huge ice that we have that we're playing on, the Olympic sheet. We win, we get to play on the normal size hockey rink here tomorrow morning in the cool rink where the Grand Rapids high school team plays. But anyway, we got started. Here we go. Sabres on the ice with Williamson, Valverde, Fitzgerald, Scott, and Lancette. Fitzgerald has it behind the net. Tries to dump it down deep. He keeps it in, tied up. Fargo gets the puck. They're going to try to reverse the ice. Going to chip one into the zone here. They do. They're going to change all five, so Shakopee's got a rush opportunity. Scott's going to rush it up himself. Gets around a few guys. He cuts in. Looks for a passing opportunity. Goes behind the net. Throws it out front. Gets on the stick of Gabrick here. He just gets out of the zone, so they got to regroup. He's going to throw it into the zone. We'll change out a few skaters here. Wade Schmidt's on the ice. Hema on the ice now. Oh, they got one pass there. They're going to get a fast break on Van. Van does a good job taking the angle away, pushes it aside. Schmidt's tried to step up and steal the pass. Wasn't able to, and it gave a little bit of a breakaway for Fargo. That's going to bounce off the boards. Gabrick's going to get it. He's going to rush up ice. He's got McGuire with him. He hops around it. He's going to throw it in deep. Forecheck for Sabres in play. Fargo's able to get it out, but they're just going to ice it all the way down. We got good news on Trey O'Neill. Did not break his wrist. Looks like he has a sprained wrist. So thankfully for him there. So hopefully rest up well. We'll get Trey back as soon as we can. Schmieg is out this game with a hip flexor injury. So we'll have 3 skaters down because Malmberg is still out. So we're going to have 8 forwards and 4 D. So you'll see some different line pairings on the forward side of things. Otherwise, D will just stay, looks like Wagner, Schmitz together, and then Lancette, Scott together. But right now we got Anderson, Hensley, and Fitzgerald on the ice. Puck gets in deeper into the corner with Hensley. Puck's going to rim around. Fargo's going to get to it. They're going to look to throw it out, but it comes right on the stick of Schmitz. He's going to skate with it. He loses the handle on it, and Fargo does a good job to ship it out of the zone. And that's going to be an offsides on Fargo. Just lost the handle on that one, and Fargo had a little opportunity, but got too excited, and the forward got in the zone before the puck did. So we'll have a whistle, neutral zone face-off, change out the D. Scott and Lancette on the ice. Our fans didn't want to sit by us or what? I feel like we should bring the camera to them so I can just be loud right in front of them. Draw down. It's going to come out. Hensley's going to get to it. Ian just gets into the zone just a little too quick, and we'll have an offsides on Shakopee. We can come here more if you want. Yeah. You guys didn't want to sit by us? We're coming to you. We're coming to you. All right, center ice. For everybody watching at home now, you got a center ice view, so be happy. No blind spots, right, Em? Okay. All right, Fargo gets in the zone. They're going to rush it in. Lancette pressures behind the zone. He's got possession of it. He's going to chip it out to Hensley just outside of the reach of his stick. Puck stays in the zone. Anderson gets to it. He makes one move. He's going to get a shot. Blocker save. Lancette with it behind the net. He's going to drop it back to Hensley. Not able to connect. McGuire is going to chip it in deep. He does. Hensley's still down on the ice. And a pick-off pass by Scott. He's going to rush in. Makes a move. Good opportunity. Just never got a chance to get the hand on his backhand for a shot. He got poke checked. Nifty moves by Scott. He's going to come in, shoot. Wide of the net. Scott gets it back. Skates with it. He drop passes to Valverde. Valverde to McGuire. McGuire's going to go behind the net. Patient. Throws it out front. And it's a goal for Shakopee. Ian McGuire. I think he meant to throw that one across the crease for a back door. I don't know if it got deflected or what happened, but it went in the net. So that's a goal for number 7, E. McGuire, and Shakopee takes the lead 1-0. Momentum. All right, well, 6 on the ice. We'll see what's going on. Okay, here we go. Fitzgerald, Gabrick, Hema out there with Wags and Schmitz. Draw down. Puck's going to go in. Wags will get to it. He gets poke checked. Puck goes down in. Fargo's going to get to it. Wags and Gabrick behind the net, battling for position, battling for the puck. Wags is going to come out with it. He's going to try to chip it up to Hema. Just deflected enough to slow down the pace. But here comes Hema into the zone. He's going to fire. Glove save. And I just noticed we have a right-handed glove goalie. You're a goalie, Mom. You should have already caught that, right? No? Okay. Chris, I need 2 minutes with you on the mic. We said whoever scores, the dad's got to come on the mic for 2 minutes with me. Come on. Or little brothers, we can interview. Puck hits it in front of the net. It's going to get done. Brooks, come on. All right, we're in the stands. Hopefully we can hear in the mic, but I got Brooks. Your brother's Ian McGuire, right? Number 7?
Yeah.
Did he score a goal?
Yeah.
Was it pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Okay, well, enjoy your popcorn. All right, that was Brooks McGuire on the interview. All right, puck comes out. Wags gets to it. He chips it to Hema. Hema takes a hit from behind. Wags will dump it in deep. Fitz with a good physical play in the corner. He chips it to Gabrick. Gabrick behind the net. Puck's going to come out. A little bit of a shot opportunity there for Hema. Fargo was content to just ice the puck all the way down. So we will change. Looks like all 10 skaters are going to change. 12.5 minutes to go in the first. Shakopee with the 1-0 lead. A goal by McGuire. Anderson, Hema, McGuire on the ice with Lancette and Scott. Battling in the corner, Hensley, McGuire with it. Puck gets on Anderson's stick right in this crease, in the slot. Hensley has it, makes a move, gets tripped, no call. Fargo's going to ring it all the way around the boards. Lancette will go to pressure. And the puck gets loose on the stick. They're going to get behind the D. He stops, tries to go cross ice, but Hensley in a great position to take anything away from Fargo. McGuire chips it off the boards deep into the zone. Anderson's going to throw it out front. It's a loose puck. It's a shot, and it's a goal! Ian McGuire! Great start for the Sabres. What? Where's Harrison? No, we need Harrison now. All right, shot by Will Anderson will get the assist, getting a shot. McGuire comes in to get the shot, gets his own rebound, and buries it. 2-0 Sabres. All right, Brooks went to go find his brother Harrison. We got to get him on the mic. All right. Anderson, Hensley, Fitz stay on the ice with Scott and Lancette. Fargo's going to try to feed a centering pass. Got through. No sticks touched it, and it's going to be an icing. Just so you know, assist count too, so if Van does get a goalie assist, you got to hop on the mic. Okay. Nope, you got to do it. You're right here. All right, Williamson, Valverde on the ice. Looks like Fitz is still out there. Okay. Fargo tries to chip it out, get a guy loose, not able to connect on the pass. Lancet will get it, goes behind the net, up to Scott. Scott's going to try to chip it up. No interference call there. Could have been one, as Williamson took a shot to the back as he was trying to play that puck. So they're going to call an icing. I guess we're going center ice. Okay, all right. Okay, center ice face off. We'll change out the D. Schmitz and Wags on the ice. Try to dump it in. It gets on the stick of Williamson, though. Then he's going to put it into the Shakopee zone. Behind the net. Marco's going to get it. He's going to walk it middle. McGuire stepped up. He's going to slide it over to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to dump it in deep to McGuire. McGuire chips it to Williamson. Got a guy out front. He dangles with it, gets a shot off, is not able to connect. Marco's going to feed it center to Wags, who stepped up in the play. Marco's going to throw it deep. Wags is going to play up in it, in the play, behind the net. Gets over to Schmitz. He's now low. Schmitz is going to go behind the net. He's going to look to feed somebody. He makes a move. He loses the handle on it. Puck's loose. McGuire's going to get it, and he's going to fire into the netting. We'll have a face-off. Everyone trying to get in the scoring action there. We had both D stepped up in the play. And we'll change all 5 skaters. 10:32 to go in the second. 2-0 Shakopee. All right, Gabrick on the draw with Fitz and Hema. Scott and Lundstedt on D. Fargo wins the draw. They're going to reverse it here behind the net. And they're just going to chip it out, see if they can get a winger to the puck. They do. A winger gets to it. He's going to fire it. Van does a great job just corralling the puck, freezes it. All right, D-zone face-off for the Sabres. Draw down, pops out. Fargo gets it, tries to get a shot. Hema took that one off the shin pad. Got on Fitz stick. Fitz feeds it to Hema. Hema's going to stop. He's going to fire it in. Fitz right there to try to redirect that pass. Scott's going to try to get low with the puck, and Fargo's going to flee a weak side winger with speed, but Lancet doing a good job getting in there. Good shot came in. Van saved the first one, and then Fargo actually had another winger come in, got another shot in, and Koloski saved it again. So he had 2 good saves on that play. Shakopee will ice that one. Good pressure by Fargo on that one. Just not enough to get anything in. We'll change all 5. Wagner, Schmitz on the ice with Hensley, Anderson, and McGuire. Puck down. Anderson ties up. He gets to the puck. McGuire tried to flee it up to Hensley. Got deflected back in the zone. Fargo was already in there, so they're going to call in offsides. All right, we got a second interview of the game. Harrison McGuire. So, did you see your brother's first or second goal, or both?
I saw them both.
You saw them both. What did you think?
They were pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, got in there, got aggressive, rushed the net. Okay, all right. Would you have done a celly? Because Ian didn't do any cellies.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I figured you'd have done at least like a celly all the way down the ice, or if you had a go-to celly, what would that be?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, Fargo's on the rush. They're going to get shot. Who saved? Koloski with the save. Okay, all right. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
No, you're good? Okay, all right. Interview number 2, done. Harrison said he would have done a celly. Ian didn't do a celly. He would have done one, he said. All right, 9 minutes to go in the first. Valverde, Fitzgerald, Williamson, Wags, and Schmitz on the ice. Draw down. Tied up. Shot got in. Koloski made the first save. Rebound came out. Good step up there by Wiggs. And then Koloski just freezes the puck. Seeing the puck really well right now. Fargo's had a couple of really good scoring opportunities. Koloski, all he's done is just said, I'll just swallow it up, get a whistle, get a face-off. Must have been some pushing and shoving after the play because Sabres are going to go in the box. William Shin is going to go in for 2 minutes, so Sabres are going to go on the kill. Gabrick's out there with Lancette, Hema, and Scott. Hooks down below the net. Scott's going to go around to the corner, get to it. He looks to see what his options are. He turns. Fargo's able to get possession of it. Puck gets loose. Hema and Scott get to it. Scott's going to try to chip it out of the zone. He does. That should be playable. Not sure why we have an icing there. It literally hit off his stick, but that's okay. I guess they're going to call it icing, so we will stop the game and have a D-zone face-off. 1:36 to go on the kill. Yeah, that was, they should have let that play, but okay. All right, puck down. Gabrick's going to take the draw. It's down, loose, tied up. Fargo gets it out top. Hema there. They were trying to go D to D, and Hema had a good stick there. Forced another errant pass with the pressure. One-man forecheck with Gabrick. Got slid into the goalie. Goalie decided to tackle Gabrick. Fargo comes in. They do a little drop pass. The puck's going to hop up in the air. No one saw it. It went down low. They're going to call a hand pass, so we should be all the way down out of the zone here. All right, we're going to keep the same 4 on the ice. 1:08 to go on the penalty kill. Puck down. It's going to come out. Gabby tries to get a stick on it to chip it out. Fargo is going to get it into the zone. They're going to get it low. They're going to rush the net. Got loose out front. Good pressure by Lancette. And they're going to call a hold on Shakopee. Okay. Guy was rushing the net. Lancette was bodying him all the way into it to the goalie, and they're calling a hold. I will say the refs have not been super friendly to Sabres this weekend. I think Shakopee's had 1 power play in 2 games, and I believe we've been on the kill 11 or 12 times. So 5-on-3 for Fargo for 53 seconds. Draw down. Schmitz is going to step up. He's going to chip it out of the zone. He's going to show pressure. And puck gets turned over. Schmitz is going to throw it in deep. Anderson's now going to go on the pressure. And Anderson's going to get to it first. We're just obviously trying to kill time right now and not give Fargo anything. Puck steps up. Wagner steps up to try to disrupt that pass. They're going to try to get in. Tough angle shot. Koloski pushes it aside. 20 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Fargo gets set up. They're up top. They're going to walk it in, try to fire it. Wide. Gets on the half wall. 10 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. They're up top, moving the puck around. They're going to get low on the dot. He's going to walk in, try to feed it out front. They weren't even trying to score on that one. So Fargo is trying to throw the puck on a cross-ice pass backdoor, and it went off a skate of somebody. I don't know if it was a Shakopee or a Fargo skate, but it went in the net for a goal. Did you see it? Did that just go off a skate? It looks like he was passing across ice, and all of a sudden the puck was in the net. Okay, so the first penalty of 5-on-3 expired before they scored. So once they That means the next guy for Sabres comes out of the box. So we are back to 5-on-5 hockey instead of 5-on-4. And again, it's a 2-1 game. They haven't put the goal on the scoreboard yet for Fargo. 6.5 minutes to go. Anderson tried to chip it up to McGuire, and they're going to call offsides on that one. Hensley, Anderson, McGuire on the ice with Scott and Lancette. I still don't know how they scored that goal. All right, puck's battling in the neutral zone here. Scott's going to try to chip it in deep. Lancette will get to it. Makes a move, passes over to Scott. Gets stuck in his feet. He's going to stop. Good outlet pass to Hensley. Hensley and McGuire now in the zone. Hensley tries to just dump it in to get it to McGuire. Just not able to connect on the pass. And again, Fargo trying to get that loose stretch pass. And a good play by Lancette to chip the puck away. Reversed by McGuire. Scott's going to chip it up. Fargo steps up, intercepts the pass. They just dump it right back in the zone. Lancette's going to chip it up to McGuire. McGuire is able to get around the first guy. He's got 3 guys on him. He gets hit, and we finally have a penalty on another team. This is really the first power play of the Sabres all weekend because we had a 30-second power play to finish the last game. So we get to see what this is like. We are on the power play. 5:51 to go in the first. Again, Sabres have a 2-1 lead. All right, so Wagner, Schmitz, McGuire, Gabrick, and Hema are going to be the power play unit for the Sabres. McGuire takes the draw. It comes out to Hema. Hema's going to chip it up to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to walk with it, chip it over to Hema. They're going to trade places. He gets low. Hema's going to try to fire it in behind the net, gets on the stick of Schmitz. Out top to Hema. Down to Schmitz. Back out top. Patient with it. He's going to fire it in. Gabriel tried to redirect, and it went down to the near corner on McGuire's stick. McGuire goes low. Little give-and-go action with Wagner and McGuire. So Fargo's going to rush the puck up the zone. Shakopee going to get possession of it. Gabriel has it. He makes a move. He's going to get into the zone. He stops. He gets hit from behind. Wiggs with it. Wiggs looking to get it to someone centering. No one's there. He's at the McGuire. We got 1 minute to go on the power play. Shakopee needs to get set up here. Kind of a drop pass right there got taken away. Back on McGuire's stick. He's going to chip it middle, but he got it turned over right at neutral ice. Sabres a little miscommunication here, trying to get a clean entry into the zone. Fargo's content to take their time with it. Emma's going to step up. Emma's got 2 guys on him. He's going to skate with it, try to go behind the net, chip it up to Wagner. Just missing passes right now on the Sabres. They're going to change out the D here. We got 18 seconds to go on the power play. See if we can get something set up in the zone, but a flyby. McGuire has it. He fans on it. Gabriel comes in, tries to body him here. Off the puck, he does. And that penalty is now going to expire here. We're going to go back to 5-on-5 hockey. So Sabres really weren't able to connect much of any offense on that power play. I don't know if we got a shot on that at all. Emma's going to walk in, cut middle, blindly throw it in, and then Fargo is going to turn us over and almost had a breakaway with one guy. Valverde is going to rush into the net. He's going to throw it center. No one there. Lancette just blindly, the boys are getting a little too happy blindly throwing the puck here right now. Fargo hasn't pressured enough where they should be able to skate a little bit more with it. Scott's going to throw it in. Gets on Fitzgerald's stick. He tries to shoot. He gets chipped. Another shot blocked. Save. Marco got a good shot opportunity. They got saved by the goalie there. Fitz comes in, tries to deliver a hit. Now they're just battling the corner for the puck. And Fargo's going to come away with possession of it. And this guy's got the wheels turning. He wants to rush himself. He does. He fires it wide of the net, and that's going to ring all the way around and out of the zone, allowing Fitz to change. Valverde is going to change on the fly. Hensley pressuring, steps it up. Scott's right there to intercept the pass. He's going to dump it in the zone. Definitely need the forecheck for the Sabres here as we dump the puck in the zone. There's no forecheck. You're just giving the possession right back to the Fargo. Scott has it. He's going to turn and throw it to Gabrick. Gabrick's going to walk it up ice. Go, 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 go! Good pressure, good hit there for Fargo. Little cross-ice pass for Lancette just out of the reach of Hema. Waves and Schmitz now on the ice in the fly. I see Williamson out there now. Schmitz gets it up to Gabrick. Gabrick's going to get it in low in the zone. And goalie played it, chipped it up high into the netting, so that's actually a bonus for the Sabres. They get a chance to regroup. Gabrick will come off. Anderson on. We'll have an offensive zone face-off. Interesting last 4 minutes of hockey. Drop down. Anderson wins it back to Wags. Wags makes a good move, gets around the first pressure guy. He's going to try to chip it low. Wags has it again. He's going to try to cut middle, just not able to keep the puck on his stick. Fargo's going to take over possession. They're going to try to chip it up. Schmidt steps up in the zone, intercepts the pass. He dumps it in low. Williamson is going to come on the forecheck. He delivers a big hit. Smith throws it in deep, gets it on Anderson's stick. Anderson over to Williamson. He's going to cut middle, throw it. Schmitz is stepping up on the play. Williamson trying to feed him there, just not able to connect. Schmitz battles behind the net, hits him, gets on the stick of Anderson out top. Hema's going to fire, gets deflected, and it goes into the net. That's a goal for the Sabres! Hema shoots it. Looks like Schmitz must have deflected it in for the goal. So that's going to be a goal for Schmitz, assist to Hema, and I believe Williamson also gets it. Emily, you're on the mic. Emily's up. Oh, we're going to go over to Jim Johnson here, grandpa of the group. All right, well, Sabres up 3-1, so how do you think the game's going so far?
I think that goal by Owen was pretty good. He obviously gets his talent from his mother.
Okay, well, there we go. We know that. I can't argue with that, so I'm going to leave it with that. Thanks, Jim. Schmitz, yep, Owen gets all of his talent from his mom. That's where that went. That was Jim Johnson. On the mic there. Shakopee up 3-1. Fargo's going to get on the rush here. They got a 3-on-2 opportunity, but good back check by Marco, and they got on Lancette's stick. He chips it out of the zone, up to Scott. Scott's going to try to get in low. Fitz will get there. Fitz is going to wear a hit in the corner. Valverde with it. He's going to just miss the pass of Hensley in the corner. A little pass out front. Shot. Valverde gets one shot, two shots. Loose puck. Goalie's trying to freeze the puck, and Fargo chips it out of the zone, and they're going to ice it. Good pressure on the Sabres, and we still got pushing and shoving going on with the goalie. Matthew took one swing. So we have an icing call, but definitely one Fargo kid took a baseball swing at Scott with the stick. So we're going to see what the refs are going to call here. Well, we should have coincidentals. This should not be a one-person penalty here, so we'll see what they call. All right, so so they're going to call it coincidental. So Matthew's going to go in the box. So one player for Fargo and Shakopee both in the box. So it looks like it's going to be a coincidental. So we will stay 5-on-5. Kevin? Kev for chirping? Steve. I haven't back. So we'll say 5-on-5. There's 8. All right, they put the 2 penalties on the board. They don't need to do that, but the 2 minutes on the board. So Fargo coaches having discussion with the refs, and they are going to put another player for Fargo in. So whatever transpired there, it looks like we have a coincidental with Scott and a Fargo player, but another Fargo player went in. So in reality, it's just a 2-minute penalty on Fargo. So Shakopee will have a power play. Only 8 seconds to go in the period. All right, the refs over there are trying to help the scorekeepers out figure out how to put this on the board. In reality, there should just be 2 minutes on Fargo for a penalty, and that's it. All right, looks like we got it sorted out. Refs back on the ice, and we'll drop the puck. Draw one to the corner by Fargo. He's going to ring it all the way around. Gets on that set stick. He chips it down below the net. Horn will blow, and that is the end of the first period.
Good. All right, back. Here we go. 5-on-4. Shakopee hockey. McGuire. Gabrick centering. We got a little bit of Hensley on the right wing, left wing. Here we go.
All right. Good timing. Is that a foreshadowing that Fitzgerald scoring the next goal? All right, Shakopee wins the draw. We are on the power play. Hema's out there. Hema stops. He's got McGuire, Lancette, Hensley, and Gabrick. He's going to fire it in. Shot gets in on net. Gabrick trying to screen. Goalie's able to freeze it. I was in the back. In the bathroom, and Hema comes in and goes, "Jeff, is your mic hot right now?" I'm like, "No, I don't have the mic on." Gabrick wins the draw clean out to Lancette. He's going to walk it in behind the net. He's going to drop past to Hensley. Hensley tries to get it back out to him. Does, out top to Valverde. Valverde patient with it. Gets tight to Lancette. They're going to trade places. Lancette will walk middle. Trade with Hema. Fargo did a good job taking angles away. He feeds it up top. Hema shoots it. Hema had a shot, went over the net, whistle blown by the ref for in the crease on Shakopee. So we will have a face-off outside of the zone. Gabrick on the draw. Fargo wins it. They're just going to chip it out, and it gets right on Hensley's stick. Hensley's going to walk it in the zone. Patient with it. Chips it back to Lancette. Sabres get set up on their power play. Hema's going to walk it in. He's going to fire. Blocker save. And there's going to be a little bit of a rush here for Fargo. Good pressure by Hensley. And then Valverde just comes in and says, give me the puck. I'll just take the puck myself. Arm in the air. I believe they're going to call on, and he's calling an icing here. That was pretty to see, though. Valverde came in and said, just give me that puck. I'll just take that and go. Fortunately, I wasn't able to connect on the pass. So 33 seconds remain on the power play for the Sabres. Schmitz and Wager are out there now with Valverde, Williamson, and Fitzgerald. Draw down, gets shipped back. Schmitz gets the puck. He goes behind the net. He's going to stop, look for someone to outlet to. Chips it up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's going to walk up. He gets in the zone. He's going to drop pass to Williamson. Williamson over to Wagner. Wagner gets it up top to Williamson. He goes down low. Jumps Wagner's stick. Gets on Schmitz. Schmitz over to Wiggs. Wiggs is going to do a little back pass. Puck's loose up front. Stays in the zone. 3 seconds to go on the power play for the Sabres. Wiggs gets bodied behind the net. Fargo comes away with it. And they're going to try to chip it up, but can't. Williamson throws it in deep. We got guys falling all over the ice here right now. So Williamson has it. He goes up top to Wiggs. Wiggs has it, makes a move. He's going to chip it down to Schmitz. Schmitz will step up. He's going to fire it middle. Gets stuck on net. Markle gets a shot. Loose up front. Shot. Second shot. And bodies flying all over the place. Goalie did a good job making 2 saves there. Puck was loose, so Sabres were flying in hard to the net. Puck came loose. Refs did a good job stopping any pushing and shoving from happening after that. But good pressure by the Sabres. 14:44 to go in the second period. Sabres are going to be unsuccessful on that power play. All right, so the coincidental penalties now expire. So McGuire is out of the box along with the Fargo guy. So we are just back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hema, Anderson, Hensley out there with Lancette and Scott. Draw one by Anderson, back to Scott. Scott has it, tries to throw it in, gets deflected there. Anderson got a stick on it, and Fargo's trying to make a rush, but great turnover by Anderson. Shot! Goal! Number 91, Easton Hema. Just a snipe from the dot. Kevin, I missed the pass to Hema. Who'd it come from? Was it up? Will? All right, so that's going to be an assist from 57, Will Anderson. Goal by number 91, Easton Hema. Oh, here comes Jake Hema. All right, 4-1 Sabres, 14 and a half minutes to go in the game, or in the second period. And joining me here for a little bit is Jake Hema. Fargo goes all the way down, no icing called. He gets it behind the net. We're going to wait for a stoppage here, and we'll get a little interview with Jake, talk about his glory days at Red Wing. Puck comes out loose. Hensley's going to get to it. He's getting mugged from behind. Fargo gets the puck. They're going to try to chip it out of the zone. Stepped up by Lancette. He misses the poke check, and here comes Fargo on the rush. He's going to make a move. A shot goes over the net. Fargo keeps possession. Gets on Scott's stick. Scott's got Hema loose. He's going to feed it up to Hema. Easton Hema's going to go in. He's going to wait for it, shoot it. Blocker save. Pressure by Anderson behind the net. Hensley will change on the fly. Hema battling two guys on the half wall. And they're just going to go ahead and ice it. All right, Jake. What'd you think of that goal? That was fun.
It was nice. We were on the far side, so we didn't really see it. So it seemed like a good shot there.
Okay.
Yeah, guys are playing well, doing good.
That's good.
You know.
All right. Good pass by Will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Easton saw an opening and just buried it back in the net. That was pretty.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But the fact that you didn't see that, so I mean,
No,
Easton's going to watch us later and notice that his dad did not see his goal.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch it and see how it was. And,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
He'll tell me about it.
Okay.
It's a good shot. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. All right. We're back in action here. 13 minutes to go in the second. Turnover. Shot. Save. Williamson. 4-1 Sabres. 13-10 to go. Trav, what did you think of that pass?
Everybody's going to contribute.
All right. Fargo wins the draw. Schmitz has it. He's going to try to dump it in deep. He does. Gabrick on the pressure with Fitz. Fitz turns him over. Fitz has it behind. Battle in the corner. He chips it around the other side. Fargo tries to chip it out of the zone. It got deflected, so that with the arms in the air, we'll see if they call it one. The puck's going to stop. Wiggs is going to get their body with him. Help from Williamson. Gabrick's going to come away with the puck. Gabrick's going to rush it up. He's going to chip it over to Schmitz. Schmitz is going to rush. They're going to call an icing there. He thought he got himself to center ice. Yeah, all right, well. Trav, what was your thought of that? Terrible!
I think they called offside.
Okay, yeah. So icing called, 12 and a half minutes to go. So Valverde will be on the draw. He's got Hema and Hensley with him, Lancette and Scott on the ice. They're your 5 skaters for the Sabres. Fargo goes behind the net. Try to go bring it back D to D. They get it off the half wall. Try to chip it up middle. They had a 2-on-1 opportunity, but it got past him all the way down. That'll be an icing on Fargo. All right, Marco on the draw. Ties him up, he gets out top. Scott has it. Scott patient with it. He's going to go down low to Hema. Hema's going to get it over to Hensley. Hensley in the corner. He's going to go behind the net. He gets in, turned over here, and Fargo chips it out of the zone. Lancette will get it in the neutral zone. Drop passes to Scott. Scott's going to walk it up to the middle. Try to go around a couple guys. He chips it over to Hema. Hema's going to go deep. Scott on the chase. Battling in the corner. You got 2 guys on him. Puck's going to come all the way out. Fargo's going to try to reverse the ice. Valverde right there to chip it right back in the zone. Scott's going to get there. Scott wears a big hit. And those 2 guys are pushing and shoving a bit. Now we're back. Lancette does a good job just to hold the zone. Scott's going to get it in the corner. Him and 17 are definitely going at it right now. They're battling for position of the puck. Hensley's going to come away with it. Hensley's going to skate middle. He's got his feet turning. He makes a move. He's going to go in and shoot. Just wide of the net. Lost an edge and slid into the boards hard. Hensley's going to come off. Didn't like how that one felt. Fargo's going to throw it in deep, and Valverde comes in for a big hit. And they're going to call a rough on that one. All right, so the Sabres are going to go in the box. Valverde just trying to play physical there as the guy was just trying to dump the puck in. Ref didn't like that, but I thought a clean hit, but they're going to call a penalty. So Sabres will go on the penalty kill. 10:44 to go in the second. Williamson, Anderson is out there with Wagner and Schmitz. Trav, side bet. Will's going to win the draw. You in?
I will.
That is your kid doing the draw. Good job, Trav. And right now, that's a no penalty called. Wagner took a hard hit in the back. Nothing called. Fargo gets the puck out in the neutral zone. And now they're going to enter in. Wiggs pressuring. He skates behind the net. Goes up top. Fargo content to just move the puck around up top. Which is fine by us right now if we're not going to put a shot on net. They can pass up top all they want. He's going to fan on it. Pressure by Williamson to try to create a turnover. Puck gets down. Wiggs gets what he fans on it. Tries to chip it out. He's not able to connect off the board. So Fargo remains possession. They're going to fire it in right into the glove of Kalaski. 1:10 to go here in the kill. They're going to change out to two forwards, it looks like. So Hema and McGuire will come on. Gabrick, sorry. I didn't see the 1. I saw the 7. So Gabrick and Hema on the ice. I stand corrected. Draw down, comes out. Fargo gets possession. They chip it out to the D-man up top. He's going to walk middle. Pass comes in. He's going to walk right in. Kowalski makes a great save. Hema's able to chip the puck out of the zone just slow enough. Or not. All the way down, we'll have an icing, so we will be all the way back down here for a D-zone face-off. 54 seconds to go on the kill. Wiggs on the draw, or Gabrick on the draw. He ties up. He gets loose. Wagner gets it. He's going to ring it off the boards. And we got 91. Easton Hema loose. Hema's going into the net. He shoots. He scored! Number 91, Easton Hema! Assist to number 86, Blake Wagner. That was pretty. And that's a short-handed goal for the Sabres. Wagner chips it off the boards just perfectly for Hema to get loose. Had a guy on him, a second guy closing, and all he said was, I'll just put this in the back of the net. 5-1 Sabres, 9:30 to go in the second. We need Paul. All right, okay. Fargo has the puck deep in their zone, our zone. They're going to chip it up, try to get behind the D. Lancette there. Both guys just battling for positioning. They're going to try to do the wraparound. Not going to work, and it's on Hema's stick. I got to say reach on if it's successful. It wasn't. Lancette chips it out of the zone. We're down to 10 seconds to go on the kill. Fargo's just going to dump it in the zone. Gets on Lancette's stick. He's going to chip it right back out. Scott played it, though, and it kept it in the zone. They're going to rush in, get a scoring opportunity on Kowalski. Bounced off his glove right away. They got a second shot, but he froze it. So we'll have a whistle, and we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. 2:42 to go in the second. Williamson's going to be on the draw. He's got, and we're going to have a penalty on Shakopee. It looks like a hook on Schmitz. Yep, that one's going to be on us. So Fargo won the draw there. They were rushing in on the goalie. Schmitz was reaching in, trying to disrupt the play, and they're going to call a hook on Schmitz. So Shakopee's now going to go on the kill. All right, we got Hensley out there with Wagner, Williamson, and Fitzgerald. So it looks like Hensley will probably play D here on the kill. Puck comes out, gets on the stick. Fitz has it. Fargo's able to remain possession. Fargo's going to shoot from the point. Got deflected there by a Sabre. Puck never got through on net. They're behind the net skating with it. He's patient on the half wall. They're going to go down below the goal line. Definitely looking for a passing opportunity, but they're taking a little too much time to create any opportunity to score, allowing the Sabres to set their D up. He's going to shoot. Clean vision for Pulaski. What time your interview was? Oh, it was in the first period. I don't remember. I'm sorry. It was a good interview, though. Hopefully Ian scores again, then you got to come back. All right, Anderson on the draw. What? Who is? Like out of the game? Okay. I'll wait till the next whistle. We'll talk about that. Okay, so we got 1:09 to go here on the penalty kill. Fargo moving the puck around. They're going to skate below, try to throw it in up front. Hema's going to get to the puck. He's going to stop skate, go behind the net, reverse. Puck gets on Hensley's stick. Hensley's battling with him. Fargo gets it back out top. 45 seconds to go on the kill. Fargo very content to just be very patient with the puck right now. They're not really creating any scoring opportunities because everybody just holds the puck the whole time. So they're going to take a Hensley and the Fargo player. They're going to both, as they were chirping and hitting both each other, they're going to. Hensley definitely was. So they're going to put them both in the box. So we've got coincidental penalties right now on both Fargo and Shakopee. So nothing hurt. We're still in a 5-4 situation. So Anderson is out there with Scott, Lancette, and Hema. Okay. Okay. Emily didn't know that Schmitz was in the box. Puck goes out front. Good chip by Scott to get it out, but it's still loose in the zone. Not able to get through. Scott was able to block a shot, and now we got Hema and Anderson on the 2-1. Hema comes in. He shoots. Blocker's save came out. Anderson was there for the rebound, just not able to connect on it. And Fargo on the rush. Lancette bodies him. We got 10 seconds to go on the kill. Hema's getting loose. Scott sees him. He flees out there. He hits the stick. It's going to go in the zone. And we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. So here we go. 6.5 minutes to go in the second. Sabres successfully kill that power play for Fargo. And Fargo is going to dump it down in the zone. And that is going to be an icing. All right, Emily, you didn't know your kid was in the box?
I
Were you
did
watching
not.
the game, or what were you doing?
I'm talking. I'm not watching.
Were you on Instagram, or?
No, I'm talking. I'm for sure talking.
Because Jake didn't see his kid's goal earlier, so I don't know what the parents are doing, if they're watching the game or on their phones.
I'm drinking Russian tea. I'm very
She
busy.
refuses to believe her son can toss a penalty.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't do anything wrong. All right, here we go. 6:15 to go in the second period. Lancette has the puck. He's going to dump it in the zone. Kind of a pop fly to the third baseman. caught by the goalie. So we'll have a whistle. It's froze, and we'll have an offensive zone faceoff. So I heard Emily on the camera here, Koloski, say that McGuire is out right now with the shoulder being looked at right now. So we'll see if we learn any new information there. Hopefully Ian's okay. Fargo tries to throw it in. Wide of the net. It goes behind, bounces out. Pressure by Lancette and Fitzgerald. They chip it back to Scott. Scott reverses ice. He chips over to his D partner. Lancette sees what he has, makes a move, and he's going to rush up the ice. He loses the handle on it. He gets through with it. Dancing, shake and bake, shot into the glove. Not froze. The goalie was trying to pass it back to his D, but the ref blew the whistle. All right, we got a stoppage. 5.5 minutes to go in the second. These 17-minute periods are as long as can be.
Sam beers are.
I mean, we might as well have a commercial break, TV break, or whatever it is. But all right, we got Wagner, Schmitz on the ice with Hema, Gabrick, and Anderson. Wig steps up, pinches the zone. He's going to walk middle, backhand over to Hema. Wiggs is going to stay in the action. He comes away with it. He reverses ice. He gets turned over. Fargo has it. They try to chip out of the zone. Schmitz dumps it deep. Fargo's going to get to it. Wiggs steps up. Anderson has it. He tries to keep it in the zone. He does. Wiggs throws it deep, and Gabrick's going to get on the forecheck. He gets to the puck first behind the net. He stops, changes direction on Anderson's stick. Anderson chips it up to Wagner, but they were just moving positions there, so it came out of the zone. Hema has it. Over to Anderson. Right at center ice on the wall. Fargo turns them over. They got possession. They center it. Connected on it. And they're going to dump it deep in the corner. Schmitz will go chase. He goes around him. He chips it up to Anderson. Gabrick tried to chip it up. He has the puck. He's going to keep it. Makes a move. Just not able to stay with the possession. He gets it back, and here comes 71 Gabrick. Chips it up to Hema. Hema into the zone. He reverses ice. He's going to chip it over to Schmitz. Just a little much, too much mustard on that one. Wiggs comes in and lays a heavy hit. Shot got on. Koloski made the save, but a heavy hit by Wiggs. That was one I know watching his older brother, Carter. He's learned that one from. That's the old backhand hip check. .4:02 to go in the second period. Fitzgerald, Valverde, Williamson, forward line, Scott, and Lancette. Tie up for the puck. Valverde's going to get it. He's going to try to chip it back to Scott, and unable to. Fargo's going to throw it in deep. Koloski will play it behind the net to Lancette. Lancette to Fitz. Fitz tries to get around the first guy. Fargo dumps it back in the zone. Far side. Scott has it. Looking up ice. Gets it on the stick. Williamson does chip it. It's going to get into the zone. Goalie's just going to freeze it. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off. All right, Scott, Williamson, Fitzgerald, Lancette, and Scott. Linesman kicks out the Fargo center. They trade places. Puck down. Fitz goes, tries to get it on his stick. Fargo gets it. They're going to chip it up in the zone. Scott on the rush. He's going to shoot it wide of the net. Fargo dumps it in deep. Lancette's going to get to it first in the corner. He stopped. Where's a hit? But he remains possession. He's skating up ice, gets to center line. He's going to dump it in behind the net. Cross ice pass for Fargo. He's got plenty of space. He's going to walk into the zone. He's just going to fire it in. Pulaski's just going to push it aside. Gets on Letset's stick. Tries to fleet up to Williamson there. Gabriel does get a stick on it. Fits with a good stick in the neutral zone. Forcing a turnover. Fargo regains it. They're going to come into the zone. Little pull-back shot right into the glove of Pulaski. Schmitz-Wags out there with Hensley, Hema, and Gabriel. Puck's coming out. Icing called off. And look at the speed there by Hensley. Gives him a little elbow. Gets to the puck first. Chases with it. He's going to chip it out to Wags. Wags will step up, get a shot. Gets in on net, bounces off. Schmitz is able to keep the zone. He's going to chip it in on net. Goalie's going to let it go. Oh, Wags stepped up on that one, gave a little bit of a rush for Fargo. He's going to throw it in. We've got a bouncy puck up in the air. Van makes the first save, goes in the corner. He's going to chip it out. Wags will get to it. That's going to get in the stick of Hema. Hema gets bodied off the puck. Fargo's just going to content to dump it back right into the hands of Wagner, who's going to turn, chip it out into the neutral zone. 1:30 to go here in the second period. Fargo dumps it in. Wags ships it back to Schmitz behind the net. He's going to turn and look. He's going to chip it off the boards and try to flee Hema. He does, and Hema's got a rush. He's going to make a move. He passes cross ice to Hensley. Hensley lays a big hip check behind the net, but that was a good opportunity. Schmitz tried to play it off his foot, lost the handle on it. Good play there by Van, just swallowing up any opportunity they had there. Schmitz was fumbling with it with his foot there, and they got a good rush. So we got a goalie penalty. I see an arm in the air right now. They're going to have a roughing penalty on Fargo. But great play for Kolaski there. Again, Schmitz was fumbling with that center ice there, and it gave a little bit of a rush for Fargo to get in. He wasn't able to connect a whole lot on the shot. So Shakopee was able to escape that one, got down into the zone, and then they called a roughing penalty on Fargo. So the Sabres will go on the power play with 46 seconds to go in the second period. Valverde, Anderson, Williamson out there with Scott and Lancette. Played into the corner. Valverde gets to it. It rings around. They try to chip it up. Gets on Scott's stick. Scott has it. He's going to walk middle. Passes over to Anderson. Anderson back up top to Lancette. He fired! He shoots! He scores! Power play goal for 26. Blake Lancette. I believe assists go to both Anderson and Scott on that one. And that was a snipe for Lancette. 30 seconds to go in the second period. 6-1 Sabres. Draws down, gets out. Williamson gets it. He's going to chip it off the half wall himself. Got stuck just outside the blue line. Anderson tried to get it in deep, and Williamson was unfortunately already inside the zone. Whistle blown with an offsides. Draw down, tied up. Anderson's going to get the puck, get into the zone. He's going to go middle. He's going to fire, shoot. Right off a shin pad of a Fargo player who wore that one. Lancett's going to have it behind the net, pressured by Fargo. He's just going to ring it around to Williamson. Down to 5 seconds to go. Puck gets loose on Anderson. We got no time left. Didn't know that time was out. So we are end of 2. It's Zamboni time. 6-1 Sabres.
There you go.
I figured it out. All right, we're going to get ready to get live for the third period action here. Got my phone playing here. JV's up 3-1 right now against Eastview. Varsity will be right after. All right, we're in place. Scott on the ice with Lancette, Gabrick, and Hema and Hensley. Once that goes down, tries to keep the zone in. Fargo's going to come away with it. They're going to rush. Good stick there by Gabrick just to poke check him away. Lancette has the puck. Tries to get it to Hema. Hema's going to dump it in the zone. Not able to actually get it all the way down. Must have went off a shin pad. Scott's going to come to it. He's going to drop pass to Hema. Hema's going to walk in. He's going to fire. He shoots. He scores! That's a hat trick! Hey, how the hat's going? 91 Easton Hema with the hat trick. Assist to 22, Matthew Scott. And the Sabres are up 7-1, so that's a 6-goal differential. So we will move to running time. 16:20 to go. Oh, hey, interview time. All right. Jake, I want you to pretend with a high voice. This is Katie. You're Katie right now.
Another great shot. It must be the new stick. He did awesome. Now he's going to want another new stick.
All right, thanks, Katie. I appreciate that. So, all right, Easton needs a new stick, is apparently how that goes. Puck gets loose on Hensley's stick. He gets a shot, gets deflected. It's loose in the corner. And, Katie, I hope you're watching right now, and hopefully you heard that voice of Jake. That was great. All right, puck's going to come all the way down by Fargo, and we'll have an icing penalty.
Icing penalty.
Sorry, not a penalty. Jake, thank you for catching that. Icing whistle.
And Travis thinks it's the 5th period.
And Lancette, Scott on the ice. Valverde, Fitzgerald, and Williamson. Fargo wins the draw. They chip it behind the net themselves. Speed of Williamson gets to it first. He's going to cut middle. Fire shot. Just got deflected off a stick up into the netting. 15 minutes to go here in the third. 7-1 Sabres. Tied up. Fitz comes in. Marco falls down hard there. He gets back up. Scott steps up. Fitzgerald battling on the half wall. Scott with it. He turns, keeps it. He holds the zone. Going to get it in low to Fitz. Fitz makes a move. Back to Scott. Scott loses the puck, bodied off it. Fargo's going to come get it. Try to chip it out of the zone. They do get it loose. Lancette has it. He just chips it back, but nobody there. Right back to Fargo. And they're going to throw it in a net. Van pushes it aside. Right on the stick of Lancette, who's going to get the puck. He's going to chip it off the boards. Fargo throws it behind the net and around. Pass to Williamson up the middle from Fitzgerald. He loses the handle, and then Lancette's going to get it. Try to get it deep, not able to. And Fargo's going to chip it back into their zone. That's not an interference, but we're going to get an interference on Scott as the guy was with the puck trying to push it deep. So they're going to call Matthew Scott, 22. Amy, that was your son.
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
Your son's in the box.
I know. I guess.
What did he do?
I don't know. I wasn't paying any attention.
That is the third parent not paying attention when their kid did something on the ice. I feel like there's a trend going on right now. All right. So, Matthew in the box. Thanks, Amy. Jake didn't see Easton's first goal. Emily didn't see Owen's penalty. Amy didn't see Matthew's penalty. All right. Draw down. Anderson gets it. Wiggs gets it in the corner. Fargo holds the zone. Will just fired it a little bit too hard all the way down. We'll have an icing, so back to a D-zone face-off. Which doesn't hurt since we're in running time, so it's really just killing the penalty right now because we're now under a minute on the power play for Fargo. Tied up, Anderson battling with it. Steps up, Hema's going to chip it off the board to himself. He's going to have a one-on-one opportunity. He's going to stop. He gets poke checked aside. He throws it in deep. Fargo will get reset up. Good pressure by Anderson, and that causes an offsides whistle. 30 seconds of running time here on this power play. Wiggs, Schmitz, Hensley, and Gabrick. Draw one by Fargo. They're going to skate it in. Hensley lost the stick for a second. Gabrick pressing at the wall. Fargo's going to rush it in. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Power play. Van does a great job. Schmitz is going to get the puck. Fanned by the Fargo player, and the puck comes out. He's going to get loose. Hensley chip it out of the zone to himself. Deflect on it. Wiggs chips it up, and now it's on Hensley's stick. 3-on-1. Hensley, Fitzgerald, Gabrick, pass to Fitz. Fitz shoots wide of the net. Good pass by Hensley, feeding Fitzgerald for a shot. Scott's going to chip it out, but to center. Fargo gets there and gets on the stick of Gabrick. It chips down in the zone. He will get to it first. It goes over to Hensley. Hensley's going to cut middle, loses an edge and goes down. And he is down right now, getting up slow. He is up. And icing on Fargo. Valverde in the draw. Williamson out there. Hema, Scott, Lancette. Draw one right back to Lancette. Lancette's going to try to feed it over to Hema. Not able to connect on it. Out to Scott. Scott's going to give a slapper. Gets blockered aside into the corner. Fargo with the puck. They're going to try to chip it middle. They connect. And he's going to dump it in the zone. They're going to skate it up. Try to reverse the ice. It comes out of the zone. Hema tried to chase on it. A couple guys overplayed that one, and now Fargo's in the zone with a little bit of a rush. Lancette does a good job getting there to tie up. Puck comes out. He's going to fire it. Kolaski makes the first save, dumps it down the corner, makes another save. He freezes it. Nice play. 9 minutes to go in the third. All right, on the draw, Valverde, Hema, Wagner, Schmitz, Williamson. Schmitz gets the. He's going to ring it around, try to get it up to Williamson. It gets out of the. Fargo's going to have to reset. They're going to go cross ice with it. Schmitz brings him over onto Valverde's stick. Valverde tries to chip it up. Back on his stick. Valverde going. Williamson tried to sneak that leg back on the blue line. Not enough to get there. A tight one, so they're going to call an offsides. Neutral zone face-off. Hold on, let's film the moms leaving. Are the moms leaving? Moms, where are we going? Where are we going, moms? Okay, well, we lost 3 moms.
Trying to win more money.
Okay, they're going to the girls' game to win a raffle. All right, Fargo comes out of the zone. Turned over at center ice by Hema. Hema's going to chip it in deep, and 3 skaters change out for Shakopee. Wiggs has it. Wiggs is going to try to fire it deep. He loses an edge, goes down. Puck comes out. Schmitz is going to get to it. Plays it on the boards. He chips it all the way around. It's going to get over to Williamson. Puck gets loose out front. Gets on Williamson's stick somehow. 3 guys skated right past it for Fargo. And they're going to chip it right to Wiggs. Wiggs is going to walk middle. He's going to fire and shoot into the belly. 7 minutes to go in the third. Fitzgerald, Anderson, Hensley, Scott, and Lancette. Battle for the puck. Put down out front by Scott. Fitz is trying to get a stick on and get a shot opportunity. Poke check by Lancette. Fargo does dump in the zone, but it gets on Scott's stick. Scott has it. He's going to stop, reverse, skate with the puck. Makes a little juke move, and now he's skating himself. He's going to go cross ice over to Lancette. Lancette's going to try to get in the zone. Hit a body on the bench, I believe, so we'll have a whistle and a neutral zone face-off. Getting down to the 6-minute mark. This running time is definitely helping making this period go quicker. As Trav says, the 5th period. Anderson wins the draw, gets it back himself. Lancette, Scott, back and forth with the puck a few times. Tips it up to Fitz. Fitz tries to get off the boards, and now we got a rush. Anderson, Hensley on the rush. Anderson tries to drop past to Hensley. He wasn't ready for it. Hensley gets the puck back, makes a move, goes around. Now gets tied up in the corner. He gets taken down. Anderson's going to come away with the puck. He gets it up top to Lancette. Just jumps over his stick. Hensley still getting beat up in the corner. And let's go ahead and just put both in the... Nope, they're going to call a cross-check on... Well, Hensley's got a hand in the air. I'm thinking he's also going in the box. So they're going to do coincidentals on that one, even though Hensley was getting absolutely molested in the corner. Sabres got 6 skaters on the ice right now. Okay, there we go. Scott's off. So Wagner, Schmitz out there with Williamson, Gabrick, and Hema. 4.5 minutes to go. Puck down. They try to chip it on the zone. They do get it out. Wags will get to it first. Red curls around. He chips up to Hema. Chips it out of the board. It gets on the stick of Gabrick. Gabrick's with Williamson. Throws a missile. Just missing that. Fargo throws it down in the zone. Icing, arm up in the air, and we will have an offensive zone face-off. 4 minutes to go. Harrison. Harris. Okay. All right, Gabrick Williamson out there with Hema, Wags, and Schmidt. Same 5 on the ice. All right, we're just burning like 40 seconds here while they wait to drop the puck. Puck down. Gets up top. Schmidt trying to step up there. Hema with it. Fargo's going to come away with it. Good step up by Wags, just enough to get a stick on it. Doesn't get through. Schmidt will step up. I think Van froze it cleanly. He didn't know he had the puck. He does have the puck. Whistle blown. Emily, what'd you think of that save?
Sketchy.
Sketchy. Oh, that was sketchy. Okay. All right. Puck was saved. Puck was saved. All right. 3 minutes to go in the third period. 7-1 lead for the Sabres. Same 5 on the ice. Williamson steps up. Puck goes in. Gets deflected into the corner. They're going to try to chip it up to the top. He's going to lose the handle on it. Williamson will poke check it away. And they're going to up in the rafters. Whistle blown. 2.5 minutes to go. Hensley and the other Fargo player are out of the box now. will change out the 3 forwards, Anderson, Valverde, and Fitzgerald. Puck down, goes in the corner. Valverde just not able to connect on it. Fargo's going to chip it out of the zone. Good exit entry there, but they just threw it off a skate of a Sabre. And Marco, with lightning speed, gets to it first. And now he's being tied up by the same player that just hit Hensley. So arm in the air, delayed penalty. Shakopee will have a power play to finish the game. We only have a minute and a half to go with running time. So we have a Shakopee Sabres power play. Power play. By the time the puck drops, we'll probably have a minute of game time left. Anderson out there, Scott, Fitzgerald, Valverde, Lancette. Valverde tries to win it himself. Fargo is going to ice it immediately, and we will just keep burning time. Oh, OPP? Good song. Yep. All right, Valverde on the draw. 45 seconds to go. Fargo's going to get it and see if they ice it again. No, they're going to chip it just slow enough. Van's going to come out and play it right to the Fargo player. He's going to rush it on the net, and he gets tied up by the Sabres. So no shot attempt. Scott has it behind the net. Scott jukes the first guy. He's looking back. Feeds it up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald makes a move. He gets knocked down. We're down to 8 seconds left. Lancette loses the handle. Fargo gets the puck. They're going to ring it around, and that is the game. The Sabres win 7-1. Good, refreshing game for the Sabres here to finish Saturday night with a victory. So Sabres in pool play are going to have 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 overtime loss. So they will be the 3 seed in our pool. So they will play the 3 seed of the other pool, which I believe it would be the winner of Bemidji and St. Cloud. We will play the winner of that game tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the morning on the good rink. We get the smaller, normal size hockey rink finally tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So we will see you tomorrow morning.